It's always been kind of a joke around. People always say I'm kind of a jack of all trades. And I always answer back, yeah, but I am a master of one. That would be electrical. I'm a master electrician. Been doing it since about 1989, off and on. My father always told me, he says, you know, son, he said, if you learn a trade, you'll never go hungry. And he was really right. I've never been without work. Always had meaningful employment, and learning a trade definitely was key to that. I've never collected unemployment a day of my life. Never had to. Anytime I've ever had any kind of job loss at all, I've always been back to work the next day at another place. So it's been good advice. I appreciate my dear old dad for sharing that with me those many years ago. He passed away back in 94, and so it's been quite a few years since he's been gone, but I think an awful lot about him from time to time. Oh, let's see here. I got a bunch of wires here that I got to secure up to the ceiling. So we'll do that first, and then we'll go through some wiring techniques. For those of you who may be thinking about finishing your basement and lack a little bit of confidence, I'll show you just how easy it really is. Always keep in mind that you have to know and obey the local and national codes that dictate some of the processes that we use for doing electrical. So make sure you educate yourself. On this channel, we won't be really going over too much of that. Mostly we'll be covering just skills and techniques that just to help you along the way, make your job a lot easier. So stick around. Let's discuss how to strip Romex. One of the techniques I like to use is using your trusty razor knife. You just gently score the Romex. Make sure you don't apply much pressure because you don't want to dig into the actual conductor inside the Romex. So you just barely gently scribe it. Basically, you're just making a mark. And then you pop it like this and pull on it. It's a quick, effective, easy way to strip your Romex. There are commercially made tools that are out there that they use to actually strip the Romex, but I find this method to be just much quicker and more effective. We'll show that to you once more. So just gently scribe it on both sides, so one side and the other side, and pop it, and then pull on it. And remember, don't cut in too deep because you don't want to cut into the conductors because you run the risk of actually having a short. Most electrical fires occur as a result of poor or faulty installations, either a loose connection or maybe perhaps stripping your Romex a little bit too deep and you end up cutting into the conductor and causing a short in the conductors. And over time, that can slowly heat up and cause you problems. So you want to make sure you don't cut into the conductor. The next thing we're going to do is show you techniques and tips on how to staple your Romex. Stapling your Romex is important to secure your Romex to the 2x4 wall and to make sure that the conductor stays put through the construction process. Now, one of the things to be aware of is there are codes, national electric codes, and possibly local codes that dictate how many staples to use and how far apart. Make sure you educate yourself on these codes before you start. When you're stapling the Romex, you just want to hold the staple with your fingers. Make sure you don't smack your fingers with your hammer. That hurts. You're basically just going to get the staple started. Once you get the staple started, you're going to give it light, gentle taps until it's just barely secure, enough to hold the wire. You don't want to actually beat it in too deep because you run the risk of actually shorting out your electrical wires. So just give it a gentle tap. It'll just snug up to the wires and not too hard, not too deep into the wire. So I'll give you a close-up shot of that here in a second. So this is what that looks like. You just want to gently tap it in, and you don't want to actually have it putting indentations into the wire. So you just want it just enough to where if you try to pull on the wire, it's secure. And you can give it gentle taps until that occurs. Gotta love those early summer thunderstorms. I'm not sure we need the moisture anymore. We've received so much this year, but it's always grateful. But I got lightning cracking all over the place, and I'm doing electrical. I'm not sure that's very wise, but I'm actually heading to my favorite place on planet Earth, the most scary thing in the world, a construction toilet. Oh man. I'm actually not going to show you what it looks like inside here because frankly it's kind of disgusting and terrifying, but unfortunately it's the place I get to use. So anyway, we'll sign off for now. Remember, if you like the content, please like and subscribe.